Well, I'm now with Coach Blair of G League United. Coach, welcome to the final of the 2025 FIBA Intercontinental Cup. First of all, it's been very challenging, very exciting stuff from your team, but how do you feel coming into this final?
I want to say I feel good because either way, I feel like I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be in this tournament. I'm honored to be in the championship game individually, and I think I speak for the whole team the same way. We're just going to try to come out and represent ourselves as best as possible, represent our team, represent our league, and represent our country.
Now, you had quite a magnificent career as a player in international basketball, specifically in Europe. What kind of message or guidance have you given your players coming into such a big final?
Really, I don't dwell too much on my individual experience because we're a collective unit, and I just try to look at us that way. But if anything, just for them to be aware of the game changes as we move around. The physicality of the game is a little bit different. Also, how the game's going to be ref, to be aware of that, and just to go out and give it our best. That's it. I mean, we're blessed to be here. We're a team that we were brought together 2 weeks ago, a little bit over 3 weeks ago at this point. We're competing against teams that are going to be together all year. This is our last hurrah, to be honest with you, as a team. So I hope that we face it that way and we understand that this is our last opportunity to be a team, and we just leave it all out there, put our blood, sweat, and tears into what we've done, and be the best team we can be.
Coach Blair, thank you very much, and all the best in the final.
Thank you. God bless.
Well, I'm now with head coach of Unicaja Malaga, Iban Navarro. Coach, welcome. I guess the saying is you've been here, you've done this before, you defended one championship in the BCL. How hard is it going to be to defend the championship of the FIBA Intercontinental Cup?
Well, always to defend a championship is difficult, no matter where. We know the difficulties, the quality and the talent of the opponent, and yes, we hope to be ready for this.
Yeah, you played some very good basketball, some very close games as well. What do you expect from your team in this game in the early moments?
Despite of the new players that we added this summer, I think that we have experience enough. This is our eighth final in the last 3 years, so I hope that provides us more, let's say, knowledge about how to play those moments in the game that can be decided final.
Coach Iban Navarro, thank you very much, and all the best tonight.
Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome to Singapore Indoor Stadium. This is the FIBA Intercontinental Cup final, and it's the battle between Unicaja and NBA G League United. Already today, Illawarra Hawks winning 93-69 over Utsunomiya Brex to finish fifth. And Alahi winning 91-82 over Flamengo to finish third. And now the battle for the FIBA Intercontinental Cup between Unicaja Malaga, the holders, and NBA G League United.
Jeff, there was a lot of scuttlebutt before the...
Well, everybody, just so you know, this is a rematch of the same final that we watched last year. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Chuck Schreiner. And Chuck, been great having you alongside us during this tournament. And I know you've got plenty of things you want to talk about. What strikes you here at the start of this game?
Well, I was going to say, everybody was talking about Unicaja and how they had all these new players and they probably wouldn't be the team that we're used to seeing, on and on and on, and lo and behold, not the case. They have changed players, so to speak, but they are still a dangerous team, just loaded with players who have a plethora of international experience, not only in the G League, but the NBA, France, Germany, everywhere in the world. So this is truly an international team, and it's going to be a pleasure to watch them going up against this NBA G League team who doesn't have as much international competition experience, but they have some dynamite players on their team as well.
Well, NBA G League United, first of all, I just want to really salute the coach of the G League United, because I thought his remarks were really spot on before the game. They come here, feel a real sense, they're on a mission yet humble, and they want to do things the right way. And I just thought that Coach Blair, you know, saying this isn't about me and about my experience, it's about us coming together as a team and presenting the best version of ourselves. And I think that we've seen that. We saw the G League United team make it to the final last year, but there's something a little more special about this year's team. And really, it's that trio of guards that has really set them up nicely in this tournament. Chase and Randall, Jaden Shackelford, of course, who had the game winner in the opening game against Flamengo, and then Ferran Hunt, who has been sensational. And those three guys have really been kind of the nucleus, in my opinion, of the success for this team. For Unicaja Malaga, this is a team, yes, and the coach said it, they still have a core group of players that have been a part of the success. You know, they're going into their their eighth final in the last 3 years. Yeah. And so this is a team that knows how to win. Okay, you've got some newcomers, but when you weigh that up against the fact that the G League United, you know, their guys haven't been together nearly as long. They don't have anybody in their team that has been anywhere close to being together as long. You know, that's a significant difference. Will it make the difference, though, in one game? And I think the players in the G League United team that we talked about specifically, that trio, are special enough to make this a very awkward game. And I'm just wondering, maybe by the middle of the third quarter or the late in the third quarter, are we going to see that continuity, that experience that Unicaja Malaga have help them get on top of this G League United team and pull away, much like they did last year when they had the four other guys, Osikowski, Tyson Carter, Jan Kubasima, and Melvin Edgem, and also Cam Taylor. So this is Ronny Turieff, a great ambassador for the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. Played for France for so many years, played in the NBA for so many years, Gonzaga, and you know, great player, but an even greater person. And you know, for me, that is more important, because this guy has been here lending his personality, his character to this event. He represents France very well, has a great sense of humor, and it's wonderful to see these guys come back and still be a big part of international basketball. And of course, the other ambassador for the FIBA Intercontinental Cup has been Per Antic, and I would say the same thing about him, coming from North Macedonia, and also played in the NBA and played, you know, in big-time European clubs. Two great guys to be here, and this is a spectacular opening to the final. We hope that you're enjoying the light show, and we hope that you're enjoying the FIBA Intercontinental Cup trophy, which has really caused a buzz. Imagine Al-Alahi winning over Flamengo in the third place game, and the celebration that set off, and now this is the title game. So it just goes up a notch.
I couldn't have said it better. I really have nothing to add. You're very eloquent in your talking about this very special cup, and it's been very special for me to be involved with this for the first time, and I'm just wowed by, you know, the pageantry, obviously, but the quality of play and the great people that I've met along the way in this last 4 days, including yourself. And I just had a tremendous experience, and I'm sure the players have too. You're talking about the G United team. I'm sure that for a lot of these kids or men, it's the first time they've even been out of the United States. Nevertheless, I mean, here they are, and they find themselves in the final. And, you know, things can happen. The ball is round, as they famously say. So I'm looking for a tough game.
Okay, well, we're going to see the NBA G League United come out led by the captain, Chase Randall, who we've mentioned because this is important. He has played for the USA in international competition, playing in qualifying games. Always a great honor to represent your national team and for him to play for the United States. Jaden Shackelford, who has hit the game-winning shot that we were talking about. Special player indeed, and part of that triumvirate of guards that we're so high on. Evan Gilliard has been coming off the bench, and terrific opportunity for him. Dexter Dennis running out here on the court. And don't forget that all of these guys are capable of coming in and either winning a game or making the plays in the big moments that will get you that FIBA Intercontinental title. Robert Woodard II has played a lot of basketball, as well as Tavian Kinsey has been very important in this team. Jamarian Sharp has really made his imprint down low. We saw him against Illawarra Hawks really impose himself defensively. Taylor Funk came out and had a really good run yesterday. Buddy Boeheim, who, well, you talk about passing down the genes. Certainly Jim Boeheim's son, one of his sons, in fact, that plays at a very high level, comes out and has been a big part of this team. Devin Williams has come out and been a force inside for this team on both ends of the court. Here's Ferron Hunt, the other guy that we were talking about, the other guard with Chasen Randall and Jaden Shackelford, who has been sensational in every respect, whether it's wheeling and dealing, passing, scoring, dribbling, defending, and also Sterling Manley, who came in and helped his team as well. So we've seen NBA G League United's players be introduced tonight, and now it's time for Unicaja Malaga, one of the best teams in Spain, one of the best teams in Europe, and in fact, winners of the Basketball Champions League the last couple of editions, and here they are. Alberto Diaz running out, leading the way, the captain Tyson Perez, who is going to have probably an even more important role than he had last year when it was already important, as well as this man, Oleg Balcerowski, a.k.a. Spaku, which means bird in Polish. He played at the Eurobasket for Poland. He's in his second season with Unicaja Malaga. One of the newcomers in this team is Webb. And then you've got Tyler Kalinowski, who can get hot and really help this team, really spark this team. We've seen it in this tournament already. Jonathan Barrero, always a dangerous, always a threat. One of the guys that can sit outside and score, but his defense also very important, as is Jedovic's all-round play. Just the kind of guy that you do not want to guard you and that you don't want to guard because you're going to feel him. Emir Sulemanovic with this team this year, one of the newcomers, has a lot of experience. Bosnia-Herzegovina international. Chris Duarte, obviously, several years in the NBA, the Dominican Republic international. Played in the first game, not in the second. He's back. Killian Tilly, the Frenchman, who you might remember from his Gonzaga days. If you're watching in the States, Killian Tilly also played with Unicaja last season, very important player, as is this man, David Kravish, just a bona fide star in the Basketball Champions League. And so is Kendrick Perry, who year in and year out just delivers huge performances for Unicaja Malaga. Perhaps the straw that stirs the drink in that Unicaja Malaga team. Kendrick Perry has been sensational and easily one of the top players in Spain and Europe the past several years. So we're excited to have both teams here. We're just 2 minutes and 45 seconds away from the start, and we'll also at some point have to move the trophy delicately off the court into a safe spot. Probably put it next to you, Chuck, because I know that you can keep it nice and shiny, polish it up every now and again in case it starts to get a little foggy. We're going to look at the referees. Martin Kozlowskis from Latvia, the crew chief, in the middle. And James Grigol from Australia on the left, and Jan Vezo Davidson from Madagascar on the right. So they get the call for the final, and we'll also get a look at the starting fives for both teams. Remember, these teams rather Unicaja Malaga's season in Spain about to tip off, so they will be battling it out both in the Spanish Liga Endesa, and they will also be beginning their Basketball Champions League title defense soon as well. That one tips off on October 8th, so just around the corner. It never stops, and for me, that's the great thing about basketball these days. Joseph Blair, I think his nickname was Joseph Baby Blair back in the day. I remember when he played at Arizona. And again, I just thought his remarks pregame were on point. Really, this isn't about him or anything else. This is about them doing something together special as a team. And Ivan Navarro, who is also, without a doubt, one of the great coaches in Europe, and easily could have been named, in my opinion, Coach of the Year the last 2 seasons. I'm sure that honor is coming soon.
Sometimes coaches get passed over just because of the talent that they have, but not understanding that to coalesce around those players isn't easy. Here's a starting five.
Yeah, so it'll be Chasen Randall, Tavian Kinsey, Jamarian Sharp, Buddy Boeheim, and Ferran Hunt. And a lot of good players coming off the bench. And for Unicaja Malaga, Ivan Navarro is going with Tyson Perez, Alexander Balcherovsky, James Webb gets in the starting five, Tyler Kalinowski, and Kendrick Perry. And coming off the bench, Barredo, Diaz, Jedovic, Sulemanovic, Duarte, Tilly, and Kravish. It's not who starts, it's who finishes in some respects. Sometimes it is who starts.
Really impressed about Unicaja, the international flavor they've got on their team, the number of Americans that are on their team, not only the Americans, but Spaniards as well. They are a quintessential team that is international, and they come from all points, east and west.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because we haven't really spoken that much about this, but the rule changes with this competition allowing to have 6 foreigners in your team has really kind of balanced the playing field, so to speak, and led to better games. So you had, other than the nationals, you can invite 6 other players, and that was a big part of the success for Al Ali winning the 3rd place game, because they had full seasoned internationals like Ismael Romero and Ivan Almeida joining that team for this competition, as well as Boise and Maker. So it's been a great competition. The teams have loaded up, and finally here we are, the last game of the competition, the final. Well, good evening, everybody. We're underway. Unicaja Malaga going up against G League United in the FIBA Intercontinental Cup final here in the Singapore Indoor Arena. Remember, a different G League United team fell to Unicaja Malaga last year in the final. Of course, there were 4 other different players, or 5 other different players as part of that Unicaja Malaga team. So it's not entirely the same team. And here's Ferran Hunt coming in and scoring immediately over James Webb. And that is a confidence-boosted shot.
Yeah, Unicaja coming out playing man-to-man defense. We'll see how long that lasts. Unicaja with the ball right now. They're in green. Webb with the ball on that left-hand side. Looking for cutters, almost picked off there that time, Jeff.
Good defense. Buddy Boeheim almost coming up with it. Balcerowski, the Poland international, gets it to Kendrick Perry, and Kendrick Perry misses. They battle for the rebound, and the putback is not there, but the foul is.
Little pump fake, getting his defender up into the air. That'll put Tyson at the free throw line, where he's usually superb. Foul that time on Sharp. He was victimized in that last game, if you remember, down low. So we'll see how he hangs in the land of the trees, so to speak. Tremendous arm length and vertically for Sharp, but not a lot of girth up top.
Well, Perez misses both, and a good start to the game for Unicaja Malaga. Ferran Hunt tries to get it to Sharp. It gets away. Now Kendrick Perry in the open floor. Cuts into the middle.
He'll wait for his troops.
Now Balcerowski catches it down low, and he's going to go right at Sharp and miss again.
Good job by Sharp there to hold his ground. Have those arms extended.
Ferran Hunt finds Sharp for the dunk.
Nice little ball fake that time by Ferran Hunt. Sharp sneaking in on that right-hand side. Unicaja getting caught ball watching a little bit.
Perry has it, and you feel like Unicaja need to register a couple points here to kind of calm down. Kalinowski gets it up and misses badly.
Off-balance shot by Kalinowski.
Now Ferran Hunt. G League United, they understand what the reputation is. They know what happened last year. They've been told. But we heard Jaden Shackelford talk about how they were going to come out and win this game. And they get it down to the big fella once again. And Sharp is looking sharp.
Confusion on the defensive end that time, Jeff. They were looking for the switch, and they ended up looking at each other. Free roll to the basket for Sharp. Easy to.
Tyson Perez, and he is challenged by Sharp and doesn't come close to making it. Now Ferran Hunt has it. And the foul has been called.
It's on Kalinowski. Watch his previous play. You can see, well, there's a stumble in there in the middle, wasn't there? Look at Webb, he's going to lose his footing a little bit.
Balcerowski's going to go out, as well as Tyson Perez, and coming right into the game, Killian Tilly and David Kravish. And I read that as being Coach Navarro not happy with the bigs.
Right, making a statement right away.
Jason Randall gets an open and goes up and scores. 8-0, G League United.
And high off the glass that time. Again, confusion in Unicaja defensive pattern.
Nice pass whipped into Tilly. Goodness me.
Very uncharacteristic.
Unicaja Malaga really digging a hole for themselves at the start of this game. Ferran Hunt flies in, tries to dunk on Kalinowski, and he's fouled. But he was trying to put Kalinowski on a poster.
There are several of these NBA G League United players who can accelerate real quick. Watch this first step when he decides to go boom. Leaving two green shirts in his wake. Unfortunate not to finish that off. That could have been a three-point play. A little bit of a posterized job there on Kalinowski.
Kalinowski and Perry also out now. Alberto Diaz and Chris Duarte come in for Unicaja Malaga.
They've been involved in some close games, that very first one especially.
They're 9-0. And if there's anything perhaps that you didn't want to happen if you were Unicaja Malaga, was for this confident G League United team to get even more confidence with a start like this.
Yeah, but take a photo of that first game against Flamengo. What was the lead that United had over Flamengo? 23 points, I believe. They were reeled in, so.
Yeah, not insurmountable. Here's Chris Duarte, in and out. And another one and out. Ferran Hunt gets it to Sharp.
Yes, very
and
good.
Killian Tilly with the foul. So if we remember how Sharp struggled at the free throw line yesterday, this will be anything but a sure thing, but there's absolutely nothing to take issue with right now for this G League United team, and Ibon Navarro is just going to have a hard talk with his team at the beginning, and I can't wait to see and hear the intensity in his voice during this timeout.
It's happening exactly what we didn't want to do, okay? They are attacking in the first 6 seconds, in the first one, okay? We pick up in transition. They are stepping into the paint very easy and very early. Then, there are these kind of situations here. We said on contact we switch. We don't switch, they step into the paint. They get into the paint every single time. Every single time. With pick up in transition, with the step ups. Every single time they step into the paint. James, you take 35 and you please take 44. Vale? Offense, up tempo. Let's go with high, okay? Then we need to pass the ball in here. And the other big man, if we do it with David, okay, the other big man is sealing the big man. All over, vice versa.
We need defense for up tempo. We need defense.
Vale? But look here, in the hole. Vale? Venga, let's go, guys. Vamos.
Well, Coach Navarro having a heart-to-heart. You can see there, Jeff, every single time he says they're getting into the paint, we're not switching when we're supposed to. We're letting them own the paint right now. This has to stop immediately. Let's get on the same page in the interior, inside the paint. Get clear on the switching when it's needed to happen. We know 44 has a quick first step. We know that now. Let's stop it. So very forceful little speech there, if you will, by Navarro.
So Sharp steps up to the line and misses the first.
But yeah, very surprising. You can see Unicaja looking around to each other every time this would happen, like, well, taking me, no, he's yours. So missed them both that time, so maybe the guys in green can get something started here.
And Ravish catches it right at the elbow and scores.
David Kravish, the 33-year-old.
Played at Cal. Been with this team for quite some time. Also played for Manresa in the Basketball Champions League. Buddy Boeheim misses one.
Boy. He had Sharp wide open down low, couldn't find him.
And quickly the other way, and Unicaja Malaga, another bucket, and suddenly things not looking quite as desperate.
Yeah, he was calling for the foul. Duarte was he gonna get it?
Alberto Diaz knocks it away, and this is what he does. Great defender.
Good decision there by
That's
Unicaja.
a two if it drops for Tilly, and it does not.
Great decision to wait for troops, even though they missed the shot.
I'm not sure that was the shot that they were looking for Tilly. Here is Hunt. Oh!
And one.
Goodness me, that was a nasty fall.
Yes, it was.
Webb went up to block, and it looked like he got Hunt.
Yeah.
I wonder if they might go look at this
Well,
on an unsportsmanlike. He's kind of writhing in a little bit of pain. I think Joseph Blair must be saying that is an unsportsmanlike.
let's watch it again. He accelerates right there. Now watch, here comes the weak side help. That's Webb, gets him on the arm. Let's hope he's okay.
Okay, so he's gotten up, so that's good.
So you're going to count the basket. He's going to go try and complete the three-point play, but that's dangerous play. I don't care. I mean, I'm sure it was unintentional.
Yeah.
So he will go out. I mean, he probably feels just as bad about it as Hunt does.
Well, I mean, you know, you're going to challenge the defense. You know that you're going to take some nasty spills.
Absolutely.
It's not the first time he's probably fallen hard to the ground. So he makes the free throw. It's a 9-point advantage, but that can be a very dangerous play as well if you come down and land in the wrong way. Here's Duarte.
A great pursuit on that interior defense. There's
Tilly
the open
from
look.
the wing. Got it! Much better.
Yeah.
The Frenchman.
You keep rotating the ball. You've got to be patient with this team. They make the mistake. You have to have the players lined up.
Ferran Hunt again gets into the lane. He gets it over to Kinsey. This is everything. And Alberto Diaz, the Spain international, comes down with it. He crosses midcourt. And Achilles this time is going to go in, and he kind of delayed his step. He's lucky he didn't turn it over. Barreto from the right corner, and he misses. Ferran Hunt is everywhere.
Oh, no whistle there. I don't know if that was an acting job or Hunt really caught him.
Here's Ferran Hunt driving in, gets it back. Boy, he is tough to contain. Buddy Boeheim gets in. And again, another opportunity for Hunt, but this time he triggers a break for Duarte.
Got an open man. See if he finds him.
And the Dominican Republic international misses.
Yeah, Diaz wide open.
Kinsey spins, turns, and good rebound, Duarte. Well, I think this is a good sign for Malaga that Duarte seems to be rising to the occasion, but he travels. Well,
quick hands.
They initially called traveling under the basket, but they went with, I think both referees had different calls, and on the left is Martin Kozlovskis. His call is going to count. He called a foul.
What's bothering Unicaja right now is the quick hands in the passing lane by NBA G League. Very, very quick to the ball, and they rotate very well on defense too. I think maybe the quickest team in this tournament. Sealing off the baseline, good job. Now that forces him out again.
Duarte from downtown. Taylor Funk gets it for G League United. Now chasing Randall. Diaz staying with Randall, gets it up and bounces over the backboard.
They do have a tendency to freelance. Remember, they're fresh off their G League season, and that's really the name of the game. You want to show your individual skills. You're trying to get the attention of the scouts and everybody else in the stands. So some of that rubs off in this international tournament here.
Oh, ball blocked by Kinsey. Duarte's attempt. Here's Taylor Funk.
Beautiful.
And good break for G League United.
Yeah. Once he gets going downhill and he's got a player right next to him, pretty elementary. They've been able to do that a couple of times already.
Kravish goes in
Mismatch.
and misses.
Oh my goodness. Got the mismatch they wanted.
Three-point shot from Shackelford. Well, he's not missing much.
No, we'd almost forgotten about him.
Wow.
It was the Hunt show early on. Now Shackelford starts to get involved.
Biggest lead of the game, 11 points.
Need more movement by Unicaja.
Gilly's got to get it up.
Yep.
He does. And he is fouled on the turnaround.
Wow. Unicaja doing a great job of finding the mismatches on the court, but they're not converting when they get them. Here's that previous play. Nice lead pass. Again, going downhill. And able to hit the open man. That was Chase and Randall creating.
Shackelford he rarely misses. Again, you talked about, you know, if the tournament were over today and G League United were to win, Shackelford could easily be the MVP, but so could Ferran Hunt.
Yeah, or Chase and Randall.
Maybe Randall. I mean, they've all. But let's see if they can do it over 40 minutes. It's still relatively early in the game.
Yeah.
So Emir Sulemanovic coming into the game, and going out is Tilly.
I think for Unicaja right now, it's just a matter of finding the right combinations, players that match up against this very energetic NBA G League team. They're so creative with the ball.
I think it's definitely helped them to have Alberto Diaz, but here's Shackelford, and he does have a heat check.
G League doing a great job of getting back. Look at that. Look at oh my goodness.
Wow, they called a moving screen on Kravish.
Yeah, that's frustration right there. G League hustling all over the court. Defenders sticking to him like glue. So trying in desperation to get that screen but he moved right into it. It's an easy call for the referees. Unicaja a bit stunned early on here, Jeff.
Taylor Funk from up high. Not sure that's the shot. Especially, you know, if I'm this G League United team, I'm thinking every time down, I want to get touches for Randall, Shackelford, and
Absolutely,
Hunt.
absolutely. I want to be attacking the rim every chance I get.
Here's Jedovic into the game for the first time. Oh, good hands from Funk, but Jedovic gets it back and puts it up and in.
That's a creative play. If it was by design, which I don't think it was.
Jason Randall back to Funk.
Oh, they reach in. Again, they're just getting the step on the Unicaja almost every single time.
Well, they're over the limit, so this is free throws for Taylor Funk.
Now they'll rotate other players in. They've got Evan Gilliard checking in, number 7. They go pretty deep in their lineup as well. You know, we haven't seen Devin Williams yet. In fact, they're going small right now. They've taken Sharp out, so they've detected something that they can take advantage of in that Unicaja.
Yeah, Devin Williams
defense.
is in the game right
He's in now,
41.
okay.
So he's in there competing with Kravish. And Funk does make 1 of 2. So it's back to an 8-point lead.
Williams not the most mobile of players, but he's extremely strong.
You would not want to meet him in a dark alley.
That's right.
He's a pretty big man. Got a little mismatch with Williams on Diaz.
Yeah, I don't know if you want him out there on Diaz, but that's the way it is, and there's a screen.
Well, Sulemanovic from the left corner. And Jedovic in there scrapping away, trying to get the basketball, and it's going to go over to G League United.
Yeah, active hands. That's Gilliard, just so quick off the ball.
So they've got about a 4.5 second differential, the game clock and the shot clock.
Right now, Unicaja being out rebounded 15-9.
And now a foul off the ball.
Coach DeVar was
by Jedovic.
Coach DeVar was talking about points or keeping them out of the paint. No reason why. I mean, that's the reason why. 12-4 as far as points in the paint in favor of NBA G League. They led by as many as 11 points, that initial 11-0 run. So that hasn't dissipated by much. Still 9 points.
Guy you don't want to foul is Shaden Shackelford as well. He could go for 30 tonight.
Sure.
Got to go quickly. Well, 8 seconds left. Lead is 10. Very low scoring first quarter for Unicaja.
Oh, that's just terrific defense.
And Diaz gets it up in time.
Just terrific defense. Did you see the switching on that particular possession? And you see the confusion, frustration already.
21-11, NBA G League United on top of Unicaja Malaga at the end of 1.
So 25% Unicaja, that is how they've been bothered. 67% the other side of the ball, 3-point shooting, nothing to ride home about free throws either. So shooting percentage, time with the ball, and points in the paint, that is the difference right now. Here's an example of it. Boom. That was Sharp finishing up. Open man again. Nice roll. Good anticipation by Sharp. High off the glass. They're chasing Randall.
First bucket for Unicaja was David Kravish.
So right now, NBA G League United, the much quicker team. That is for sure the more athletic team. But you know, we've seen this script before, haven't we? Saw this against Flamingo, and they raced off to a 23-point lead. It didn't look like they were going to be caught, but strange things happen, and pressure can do this to you. We have not seen the best of Unicaja yet by far. More highlights.
Well, just a reminder as we look at these highlights earlier today. We had Illawarra Hawks winning over Brex, Utsunomiya Brex, and then we just had the thrill of Al-Ahly winning the third place game, beating Flamengo. That was a classic.
Great game.
So now it's for all the marbles, the trophy.
I think you said it best, Jeff, earlier on. We've only had really one bad half of basketball. One blowout, and it wasn't a blowout until the second half. So what a tournament this has been. Dexter Dennis in now for G League United, number 9. As they spread it out.
Kalinowski also back into the game. He's on the ball right now.
See,
Unicaja try to pick it up defensively.
That's what you do if you figure you've got speed
Hilliard
on them.
drives in, puts it up off the glass. Oh, doesn't go. The scrap for the basketball, and it's Kendrick Perry back in as well. He's going to go all the way.
Absolutely. Kendrick Perry putting on the Jets.
Hilliard's pass gets away.
Williams
Gets away
was
from
asleep.
Devin Williams.
He was asleep. 31-year-old. So that helps.
Perez, Kalinowski, Barreto, Sulemanovic, and Perry on the court for Unicaja Malaga.
Still going man-to-man. Now they settle back into a zone.
Perez for 3. Count it.
Yeah, getting the space.
Back to a 5-point deficit now for Unicaja.
Starting to find their groove a little bit on the offensive end.
Shackelford. My goodness. Yeah. Such a good shooter.
He's done that.
Raising eyebrows.
He's done that time and time
Quickly the
again.
other way. Perry. And Perez going for the follow. It wasn't there. Now a chance to go quickly for G League United. And Dennis does.
Again, the ability of G League to get downhill. Get that first step.
Kendrick Perry. Shackelford trying to draw the charge. Here's Kalinowski.
Nice recovery on defense by United.
Taylor Funk goes behind his back, and well read by Kalinowski. Keeps the dribble, gets it out to Perry for 3. And Unicaja Malaga just a little bit off right now.
Yeah, they are. They're hurrying. They're falling into the same. They're falling into the trap. They're trying to play at the same pace as United. There's no way they can keep that up. They're going to have to play their game.
Well, and that is a foul, sending Devin Williams to the line for potential 3-point play.
Watch it again, Williams. There he gets him on his wrong foot. And after that, it's just academic. Can he make the shot fall?
So right now it's a 7-0 run for G League United after they had their lead cut to just 5 points.
But they're getting the one-on-one matchups. And Unicaja is not doing a very good job of coming over with the helping defense.
Barreto gets the rebound. So it's a 12-point lead.
Great job getting away from that screen, Shackelford.
This is their biggest lead of the game. Perez. And great rebound by Dennis.
Absolutely. Unicaja, pretty much a one-dimensional team right now. They're a jump shooting team and they're not falling. That's the reason why they're down by 12.
This pass to the corner. Shackelford rounding out.
There you go.
Kalinowski for 3. Yeah. Got it!
See that coming, couldn't you? Can't give him that much time. So the first rotation mistake by United, they have to pay for it.
Another three for Dennis. Again, Kalinowski avoids Gilliard. He gets the shot up. It's not going to count. You know, if I'm this G League United team, I'm coming down and I'm making sure every time Shackelford gets a touch.
Yeah, and I'm going to push the ball whenever I get an opportunity.
If you're not in transition,
I mean, yeah. But they're having so much success just ramming the ball down into the paint. At the moment, if you look at the points in the paint, they're not a big team. 16-6 points in the paint.
Okay, Balcerowski has it. It's Ferran Hunt showing his versatility, going out and guarding the big center.
Look at that, disruptive, but a foul. Gilliard has to play a little bit more in control. He's letting the emotions get the best of him right there. That's 2 fouls that he's picked up that he really didn't need to do. See if they can get some screens going off. Free somebody. They've got to get something established downstairs. They've got
Perez has it. He's got to get it up. And
there you
do
go.
Get the shot
there
up, and it's Kalinowski.
Yeah, you got to move without the ball. They're starting to figure it out.
Taylor Funk. Gilliard fakes. Here's the man, the danger man, Ferran Hunt. Gets it up, and this time not successfully.
Tough angle.
Nice bounce pass. Barreto hands it off to Balcerowski. And fouled by Dennis.
Nice job. Now they're starting to get in the rhythm just a little bit. Unicaja.
Balcerowski, it's probably not a bad foul in terms of putting him on the line. That was Kalinowski. Beautiful bounce pass by Perez. A nice finish. Knowing that the shot clock was about to expire.
We just talked about them having to vary their attack a little bit. They do just that. They get inside the paint. They have some success. If they don't make it, at least draw the foul. And already G League has 3. So 1 more, and they're in the penalty. So force the action to them.
Oh, Balcerowski makes the first. I'm impressed that he showed up for duty for this one after playing for Poland at the Eurobasket, because that was a very tough tournament. They made it to the quarterfinals. No rest for the weary. But for club and for country.
For country and club.
In that case, yeah, country and club.
Country club.
Back to a 5-point deficit. Now Ferran gets it up and fouled shooting the 3 by Kendrick Perry. So 3 free throws for Hunt.
Why?
Well, good shooters get your attention. You want to get your hands up. Here it is again.
Watch when he jumps up. He doesn't go vertical. He comes right after the shooter, catches him in the hand on the release. G League not especially taking care of their job behind the line, are they? 6 of 11 so far.
No, that's not good at all. 7 of 12. It's a little bit better, but they're still in the 50s.
Yeah.
So
silver lining there for Unicaja.
this is the 3rd year the FIBA Intercontinental Cup has been in Singapore. 3rd year in a row. And a great event. And by far, in my opinion, again, this is the best of the 3 in terms of the action that we've seen. Here is Perry to the corner. Barreto.
Still not in sync.
Pass to Sharp.
Oh, he's fouled. Great vision to hit Sharp. I don't really think he had a shot. If he catches that cleanly, if he wasn't fouled, he's already streaking past the basket. But great idea. See what they can draw off of this. A couple of picks. There's one. There's two.
They get it to Shackelford.
The ball was out of bounds.
Buddy Boeheim back in the game, and Shackelford's going to go out, which I think is probably always a good thing if you're the opposition. But they've still got Chase and Randall and Ferron Hunt in the game. Kinsey also is very dangerous.
Well, you said it at the beginning of the game, Jeff. Those are the three danger men. And as they go, that will depend on their performance, right? The team in general.
Oh, Perry, little floater.
Yeah. Getting away from his defender. And again, points in the paint, right? It's just what we talked about. That's what they needed to do.
Ferron Hunt explodes, gets it up, and gets to the line.
So that's a fourth team foul. So they're on the limit now. Checking into the game will be Didobi.
Jedovic. Yeah, Jedovic comes in. Ferron Hunt misses another one at the line. Well, these things are going to add up by the end of the game, potentially in a bad way for G League United. And does make one of the two. Kendrick Perry.
Oh my goodness. Can't leave him open like
And
that.
they battle for the rebound.
They dodged the bullet there. Perry was wide open. Nobody rotated over on him.
Pass to Sharp, knocked away by Perry. Good work, and then the foul on Sharp.
Yeah. Again, they're finding him down low. Sharp that time took his eye off the ball. That should have been a better result. Great pass there by Hunt.
Quick pass to Perez.
Boom.
Now, this is as close as they've been since the start of the game. 31-27. Oh! Chase and Randall
Offensive foul.
throws the elbow.
A little bit disjointed now. They're in their first little slump. Let's see how they handle this. Are they going to regroup and get back to the
Watch
solid
this.
defense?
Watch this.
Well, a little bit of acting. Come on. It's
Well,
a foul,
no,
but
yeah,
no.
you're not able. I mean, you can't push off with the forearm
No,
like that,
no.
especially near the head.
But
Here's Jedovic for three.
ooh, in and out. That would have been key right there.
Kinsey. Oh! Kucherowski! Not in this house!
Yeah, 5 on 4 now. See if they can take. Oh my
Perry
goodness.
threw it right into the hands of Sharp, and then Perry hustles back, and the basketball comes over here.
Jeff, you got to do better, man.
Couldn't get it.
Do better.
They're going to get it. Just as long as it doesn't hit my laptop.
But Josh was
Otherwise,
ready.
I'm all right.
Josh was going to protect us.
Josh was reaching for the cookies just as the ball sailed over the wall. Here is, look at this. Bam! Get it out of here. So timeout on the court called by NBA G League United. So we'll go down. What were you going to say?
No, it's okay. A golden opportunity going by the wayboards there for Unicaja. But,
Throw that bitch up to rim.
If they help anyway, it'll be Buddy pop back out.
Get some buggy stops, right? Come on.
Coach Blair obviously seen something. I couldn't get the last part of it, but asked for the ball. I did hear that, and then the rotation over. So some sort of a set play on the inbounds. I'm going to guess, I'm going to see there's going to be a screen down low and then one away from the ball. And then maybe a curl in right where that FIBA sign is. Let's see how they run that. They do. Oh, I was right. For once.
Okay. Chasing Randall. And Perez with the rebound.
He got the open look, couldn't knock it down.
And Kalinowski. Rebound Perez.
G-League living dangerously. About the third or fourth time Kalinowski's had an opportunity to knock it down. And eventually these are going to fall.
Good job, Balcerowski knocking it over, and again another miss. Great hustle, Jedovic with 14. Balcerowski goes to work, and no, tough take, and earning a trip to the line.
That's right, that's what you do. So, Unicaja finally starting to assert themselves down low, Jeff. We said that they needed more options on their offense, and they're doing exactly that. So not settling for the jumper. Maybe a little bit overconfident. I don't know. At the beginning of the game, and now they're saying, okay, well, we're going to have to show all facets of what we're capable of, and it's starting to work for them.
Well, games are living organisms, and you know, just like your body doesn't always operate like you want it to. Sometimes you don't feel good. You got to get a glass of water, maybe take some rest, or take an aspirin.
Yeah. Jeff
Taylor,
Taylor,
see the doctor, go to the bench for a timeout.
Jeff Taylor's bio analogy.
I think you were talking about evolution earlier.
No, somebody was, not me. Off the screen.
There is the D getting a little tougher. Buddy Boeheim for three. That's big.
It is. You can see what they were trying to do. They're trying to get the ball down to Sharp. He needs some touches, but we're unable to. So plan B, Boeheim. Not a bad plan B.
Balcerowski, nowhere to go. Not in Sharp's house.
That's right. Wingspan. There he is.
And Sharp is going to struggle to. Sharp is going to struggle to catch that one, I think. And even if he does, what's he going to do with it?
They're trying really hard. That's about the fourth time they try to get it down to him, and each time it's just either a rant pass or he's taking his eye off of it. Anyway, unsuccessful any way you look at it. So
we're seeing Unicaja's depth coming into play here. He is constantly shuffling players in and out. Killian Tilly, Jedovic. Oh, behind the back pass to Kravish. Maybe a little bit too much pastry. Buddy Boeheim pulls up. And Tilly might have gotten away with a push there on Sharp. Jedovic again goes in, enters the trip to the line.
Yeah. Good job on defense. That's a foul that you don't mind giving. Although we'll put them over the limit.
On the line, yeah.
But
he's shooting.
Looks like Frank Zappa.
I'll let you tell him that if you have to interview him at halftime.
No, that's a compliment. One of the great musicians in history. No longer with us, but
and Jedovic only makes 1 of 2. Both teams missing free throws. Those all add up at the end of the game.
A good movement on the offensive end. Wide open.
Randall from the corner. Ooh. That almost deserved to make. And now Jedovic leaks out early. And he misses the layup.
My goodness. 2 possessions in a row there
And then Boeheim. And now Duarte can, somebody, it's like a ball's bouncing around like a greased pig. Tilly comes off the line. He goes up for the dunk, and he's fouled by Sharp.
Well, Sharp, you know, he goes for blocks almost every time. He led the nation in blocks at one point. He was averaging 4.5 blocks per game. That one game he had 9 blocks. So going for another one that time, and he's going to have to go sit down. They're going to put Devin Williams back in. If there is a weakness on this NBA G League United team, it might be at that center spot. Not that Sharp isn't good or Williams isn't good, but they don't have a lot of consistency down there offensively.
Wow. He barely got him to go in. Use a little bit of rim and backboard on both. Back to a 3-point deficit. Important possession here is G League United want to maintain this pressure, this momentum, and just, no, they're not going to, they are going to count it, but then the charge.
Yeah, they are counting it. Let's see if it's going to be a, I'm a little bit confused. Is it an N1 or a charge?
No, it's a charge, okay, but it's good.
Yeah, after his momentum carried him into the defender. Let's watch it again. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
So then Alberto Diaz goes right to the other end. So the lead goes back up to 5, 36-31, but now Alberto Diaz has it.
Yeah, momentarily. Diaz is usually a pretty good free throw shooter. Really entertaining first half, Jeff. I mean, you talk about contrasting styles.
Diaz makes both. Now Webb comes back in for the first time since the hard, or maybe not the hard foul, but the foul that sent Ferran Hunt to the hardwood. Yeah. And he comes in for Jedovic.
A little bit out of control back then in that play, but nothing malicious. Here comes the screen.
Well, they might try to hold it. Well, maybe they won't. Ferran Hunt. Problem is that they miss it. Unicaja has plenty of time. He gets it up. And they go, and Duarte commits the foul. That's the swat to make sure that shot wasn't going to get up.
So 0.9 seconds to go. Time to
They might put time on because they need to look and see how much time was on there. I think there should be a little bit more. So timeout. Let's see. I thought there was like a couple of seconds. There should be a couple of seconds.
Well, we'll see. I mean, normally this is the time they'll go over and confer about it. We'll see exactly how much. You see Navarro looking at the clock too. So they want to make sure how much time they actually have. That will determine what sort of a play they try to draw.
Just listen in.
Ponemos Kiki aquí, David aquí.
Wing.
Aquí, venir, pas. 2.9, Mira, Chris, James, Alberto, ¿vale? ¿Dónde está aquí? Here, Kiki, pass, David, pass. 3 points, 3 seconds. 2.9.
David, watch out the half.
Hey, if they go backwards, okay, we start also higher. ¿Vale? Cross. Kiki, David, this connection. If we don't have this pass, you can Alberto running on this side.
You on this side?
Vale, espera. KP con Alberto. If we start this connection, KP getting the ball in here. Vale, let's go.
So they have added 2 seconds. It's 2.9 seconds. Back on the clock because they did not get the shot off. And Coach Blair arguing at the other end that his player was fouled on that play. But anyway, they got 2.9 seconds left.
but they've got the whole course
and
to
they
go.
get to Tilly, gets it back to Perry. He's going to get it up. He doesn't get it up in time. Good try. Give and go off the inbounds, and that is that. So one half in the books. NBA G League United lead at 36-33 over Unicaja Malaga here in the FIBA Intercontinental Cup final in Singapore.
Look at some of the stats there. 35% for Unicaja. That's well below their average. 53% on the other side of the ball. Rebounds 27-23 in favor of NBA G League. And the assist, as you might expect, not really a factor. So look at some other stats here. Tilly with 7, Kalinowski 6, Perez on the other side. Hunt, Shackelford, and Sharp leading the way for NBA G League. So pretty much as we thought it would be. Unicaja off to that slow start, but they're back in it when we come back.
Well, now with Faran Hunt of G League United leading here at the end of the first half. Very good start from you and your team. What do you guys need to continue if you're going to come out and win the championship?
Got to keep attacking them on defense, offense, making the right reads, keep being physical on the glass, not letting them get offensive rebounds.
Faran Hunt, thank you very much and all the best in the second half.
So Faran Hunt stating what they need to do here is going downhill the other way. It wasn't always all one-way traffic. It was early, but Unicaja starting to get their feet under him towards the middle of the second period on. The lead was start out 11-0 in favor of the NBA G League, but we're looking at the highlights here of the first half. There's Williams contributing when he came in. Quick pass, left all alone, and Kalinowski converting. Little finger roll by Kalinowski there too. He led the Unicaja scorers off the dribble. Little teardrop shot. Boeheim, his triple. Stalling the momentum for Unicaja, momentarily at least. I think they led by 7 at this point. They will continue to whittle away at that 11-point lead and get it down to a manageable 3. And that's where we are at the end of the first half. Very entertaining first half, Jeff, indeed. And 3 points, well, that's almost like nothing.
Well, 36-33, NBA G League United leading it over Unicaja Malaga at halftime. We'll be right back.
I'm now with Coach Iban Navarro of Unicaja Malaga. Coach, you're getting good looks on the perimeter, not connected at the moment. Basketball's a game of runs, 2 quarters to go. How do you think this game will go out?
I think that if we control the first 6-7 seconds on defense against their open court game and our defensive rebound, okay, controlling the turnovers and being smart against their switching defense against the zone, we can have options. If we don't do one of these things, or many of these things, like it's what happened in the first quarter, we're going to struggle a lot.
Coach Iban Navarro, thank you very much. All the best of the game.
Well, you heard from Coach Iban Navarro. His team trailed by as many as 12 points in this game, but they've been able to cut it back and be knocking right on the door. I think not in a bad position at all, trailing 36-33, but how do they execute? Are they going to be able to get what they want against this G League team? And also, G League United are not going to go away. And I'm sure they're going to be coming up with a couple of different things at halftime as well.
Yeah.
But you can tell that G League United are facing their toughest test in this competition.
Oh, definitely. They've turned the ball over 9 times compared to Unicaja's 4 times. So there's a silver lining right there for Unicaja if they're patient. And, you know, sometimes a younger team or a team that relies on quickness and speed, sometimes they'll make those unforced errors and you can take advantage of them and take them back down. A little bit concerning for Unicaja, Jeff, is the points in the paint. You wouldn't expect it to be, you know, the way it is right now, but 18-10, that's a pretty significant bulge in favor of NBA G League, especially when they don't have a taller team. So something of concern, they're gonna have to clean that up a little bit. All the other stats, rebounds, you know, 23-27. Unicaja 5 offensive boards to G League's 3. 3-point shooting. And here's another level of concern. You would never would have thought Unicaja would be doing this, but 18%, 3 of 17 from downtown, 3 of 15 from NBA. So neither one of these teams lighten it up from beyond the arc. That's going to have to change, and I would suspect the team that can change that around would have a huge advantage going forward. Shooting percentage, 2-point shots, 35% for Unicaja. Again, room for improvement there for sure. NBA G League doing okay in that category, shooting 53%. So altogether, you take everything into consideration. Neither one of these teams are shooting lights out. G League 38% and a dismal Unicaja 27% on 10 for 37. So you can't figure that Unicaja, given their pedigree, is going to be mired in a shooting slump like this for the rest of the game. But who knows? You know, the ball is round. This is the finals, and it has been a long, long 4 days for both these teams, being expected to play 3-4 games in the space of 4 days. That's a lot to ask. So sometimes things happen that you don't expect to happen. Team fouls 9-4. Unicaja a little bit more reserved. They're not fouling as much. Block shots are even. So points off of turnovers 5-2. That's a significant area of improvement that NBA G League's going to have to improve if they want to get better in the second half. Free throws of 60% for United, 71% for Unicaja. So the stats are all over the place, Jeff.
Well, a lot of excitement here as the final 20 minutes getting ready to be played.
Nice looking crowd on hand too. Last night I think they reported over 2,900, so I think this is a little bit of an improvement over that, put it mildly, and the weather's cooperated. Unicaja with the ball. In green.
Second half action underway. Unicaja Malaga with possession. Chris Duarte gets it over to Webb in the right corner. Comes right out and misses, but Tilly called for a foul. Boxing out, but must have caught Ferran Hunt.
Yeah, he looks a little bit shaken up over there. I think he might have caught an elbow or something to the midsection. Randall
Second
in the
foul
game.
on Tilly. Bounce pass, it goes. Oh, and Ferran and Kinsey met at the rim and blocked.
Yeah. Tried to do the dramatic dunk and was stymied at the rim.
Oh, well, stymied's a good word. Haven't used that one at this event so far. And Duarte missing, but Webb gets the rebound, has to get it back to Kravish. Kravish gets it up, and another offensive rebound by Duarte. A little touch pass over to Tilly.
So they caught G League packed back in that zone. Took advantage of it right around the free throw line, and another 2 points in the paint. Foul. It's holding on. So they climbed to within a point. This is the closest they've been since the beginning of the game, nearly. Unicaja.
Oh, I'm not sure if they credited it was just a missed dunk on Kinsey. Apparently wasn't blocked. He was definitely met up there by Unicaja. Now the turnover and a chance to go quickly for Unicaja. It's going to be Webb. He's going to fly in for the go-ahead dunk for Unicaja Malaga.
That's right. We talked about turnovers. That's 10 now for G League. Critical stat. Well, we said it was just a matter of time. Remember, G League raced off to that 11-0 lead.
Oh, look at Kinsey this time. And again, he meets Kravish, goes down looking for a foul, nothing, and it is all the way down. And Kendrick Perry finishes, pounds his chest looking at the Unicaja fans. And it's going to go to the line for a three-point play. Look at this. Nowhere to go for Ferran Hunt there with Kravish is proving to be an immovable bollard in there. You know those big things that you don't want to run into when you're parking your car.
Yes.
And twice, G League United, the other time it was Kinsey went in, he ran into Bollard. Bollard Kravish. Anyway, and all of a sudden it feels like something is stirring inside of Kendrick Perry.
Yeah. Something called momentum, and there's a push off the ball. See who that's going to go on. Sharp in the game now, by the way, for Williams. So he will start out the second half. They'll go with the same starters that they began the game with. Hunt around the screen. Spreading it out. That's what they had success with at first.
Ferran Hunt takes it deep, a little on the baseline. Taking tough shots now.
Yes.
Kendrick Perry gets it to the middle of the floor. Back to Duarte, back to Perry, back to Tilly. Lets Boeheim fly past. And still kind of rushed the shot up under a little bit of pressure. So good job not giving up on the play, G League United. Nice pass, but he gets away. Kravish has it going the other way.
Another turnover.
Kendrick Perry over to Tilly, and he lays it up. He saw Sharp coming in for the block. And instead of trying to dunk it, kind of used his body as a shield and laid it up off the backboard and in.
Yeah,
just like that, the game has changed completely. 42-36 as Unicaja outscore their opponents 9-0 here at the start of the second half.
Just what they need. They've done this through defense, actually. The 9-0 score has been predicated by turnovers. And you mentioned before, Jeff, the toughness that they're showing down low in the paint. That's the place where the G League had their way the first half, but not so the second half. So they made the adjustments that they needed to do. And on the other side of the ball,
Jason, you got the ball right here. It's just like our 5, but you're going to be up top. You're going to hit him, and 5 slash, you're slashing through, lift up, dribble at TK, up, back, look for the backdoor pass, dunk the shit out a little bit.
So Coach Blair calling for a play there. They're going to go back door. I think it will be Hunt. And they'll have Sharp involved with that too, possibly with the screen. The pick down low. And they'll roll Hunt through the baseline and try and get it to him. But a little bit of a scoring drought for NBA G League at the moment, Jeff. Not able to, roll with authority like they were earlier. That's for sure.
Hey, there's Mark Tatum sitting alongside Sharif Abdul-Rahim, as well as to the left, Andreas Zaklas, the FIBA Secretary General. Mark Tatum, the NBA NBA Deputy Commissioner. Of course, Abdul-Rahim, the former NBA star and the head of the G League. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay at this end.
Another turnover, by the way, so that's 13 for G League. Talked about taking care of the ball, and we saw Coach Blair talking about it too.
I should say that Abdul-Rahim is the president of the NBA G League. You might remember him from his days.
Oh yeah,
as a California Golden Bear. Made the NBA. There's Kravish missing it, and Sharp flies in for the rebound. But Tatum also on the FIBA Central Board, so it's great to have him here watching the G League, as well as Andreas Zaklas, the Secretary General.
Much better defense now by Unicaja.
Buddy Boeheim gets it up, gets it in. Nice, calm, collected. He's actually having more of an impact today than he's had in this tournament. Oh, look at this. Perry just gets right inside and got to where he wanted to go, but unusual to see him miss like that. You got to watch Boeheim because he can go off. Here he is getting open for three, and very dangerous player to lose when he's got the basketball.
Perry can really accelerate. There it is again.
Webb from the right corner, from the left corner, sorry, to the right corner where we are.
Looking in the mirror.
Ferran Hunt takes it deep, and the foul call on Duarte. So it feels like G League United have kind of stabilized things a little bit since that last time out.
Yeah, hopefully they've weathered the storm a little bit and they can get back to basics here. What were they successful with at first? Okay, what adjustments did Unicaja make?
Well, they're facing a lot of pressure though defensively. Even on that position, you can see where it is difficult.
So hopefully when they're plugging it up the middle like that, they can open it up from outside and hit some of these mid-range jumpers, but they're not even hitting their free throws at the moment. So it's academic. They've got to put the ball in the cylinder.
Wow.
They missed their last four.
They're in the 50s right now. That's not good. 9 of 17, 53% at the line.
Great ball movement by Unicaja right now.
And Kravish, look at that.
Got the mismatch with Hunt, took advantage of that. Just step back jumper. Double screen up top. Oh, wide open.
Wide open chasing Randall. Ooh. That's living dangerously because he usually knocks those down. Diaz dribbles with his head up. There, Kravish, good catch. Gets it to the corner. They swing it. Tilly, high arcing three. And this Unicaja Malaga team starting to get the wind in its sails.
They are. That's Unicaja basketball right there. Multiple touches. Unselfish.
Kenzie. Oh, shot.
Yeah, they're freelancing now.
Here's another lob down low, and it gets away from Barreto, but the foul on Shackelford.
It's just a very, very disjointed effort so far for G United. Look at that. The rotation not nearly quick enough. Those one-touch passes are a sight to behold. I think that's the best little sequence I've seen any team pull off in this tournament so far. 4 people got touches in the space for about 2 seconds. There's no way you're going to rotate quick enough to counter that.
And it goes to Perry. Oh, wow. That was 2 points. It just flew out of bounds. Perez in a bit of a rush, perhaps.
Trevian Kinsey fell down. Spreading it out again. That's where they had success before, but not lately. Look at, there's a trap.
Just 2 points G League have scored in this quarter.
He's got a wide open Hunt over here.
Ooh, Ferran Hunt. Oh, boy. Drives, instead loses balance, turns it over.
Yeah, that's 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes.
And it goes to Perez, the fake. Gets it up and gets it down.
What's that phrase? It's like a nightmare. It keeps getting worse. You make mistakes at the offensive end and turn the ball over. Usually it comes back to haunt you. And look where they're forcing him back now. All the green shirts.
Balcerowski blocks chasing Randall. Balcerowski's going to get it and go in for the dunk. Oh, and they're going to call a moving screen on Tyson Perez.
You can see the player being impeded. Totally unnecessary. Tyson didn't need to do that. So Funk will come in.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. Well, a light push in the back. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about that.
Push light. Should only be half a foul. So call off the basket.
That was Spaku flying through the air.
Well, they need a buck. This is an important possession. They need to stop the bleeding right now.
Jason Randall, he goes in for the block. He goes in for the bucket, and Spaku blocks him.
Yeah. They're camping a low post player right there, and they're not able to wheel and deal like they were in that first half, are they? They had tons of space. They're not having problems getting into paint, but they're having problems getting their shots off once they get in there because they've got an enforcer in the back.
Here's Shackelford. Boy, did they need that.
They did.
See if that gets them going. It's an 8-point difference.
Drink of water in the desert.
And Diaz turns it over. The pressure, Taylor Funk and Chase and Randall.
You look for the right combination of players when your team is on a downer. You want to rotate the players in that can give you the right type of energy. Funk's providing that at the moment. Just want to screen. They got to see what they're doing. They're trapping the ball.
Now the other way.
Mismatch.
Perez hands it back off Kalinowski, back to Perez, and an offensive a push again on Perez. Boy, he's been right at the center of a lot of. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, it sure is.
So he's had a couple of fouls. He missed. He fumbled the ball out of bounds. I think he's going to come out. It's been a weird game for him.
Yeah. Well, you got to give him a couple minutes rest. Get it back in. Show you got confidence in him. Everybody goes through this, so he'll shake it off. Again, they're using the same offensive set over and over and over again.
Here's Funk. And Jason Randall tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds.
They were knocking those shots down earlier. So they can't take advantage of the turnover. Turnovers are 12-5, by the way.
G League United are okay if they could just get some stops, get the ball to Shackelford. Here's Balcherovsky.
Yeah, mismatch again. Here comes a double team, though.
He hands it off to Sulejmanovic. And good battle inside, won by G League United. Here's Kinsey rushing down the court. Nice little handoff goes to Williams.
Watch the 3 seconds.
Back outside to Kinsey.
Nice stand by Unicaja right there.
Shackelford. Ooh, he's off the backboard. He might need to sit down for a second. There he is, Tyler Kalinowski. That's what he does.
Right, catch and shoot.
Back to an 11-point game.
Very frustrating now for NBA G League United. They thought they'd overcome the lethargy, but
The ball gets away from Williams.
I think he makes matters worse by fouling.
Coach Blair applauding his team's effort, trying to keep him engaged.
Well, it started right at the beginning of the third quarter, didn't it? I mean, Unicaja had a plan and they went straight to it. I'm contending that it's not their offense that's pulled them through this, it's their defense. They're just denying and frustrating G League on the offensive end. As often the case, you turn good.
Look at the battle. Here's Balcherovsky. And he's going to go up for the jam. Seeing him kind of take it up a notch tonight. which is encouraging for Unicaja Malaga. Of course, he had the mismatch there.
Good defense turned into great offense.
Shackelford again misses it to the left. I really think he needs to sit down just for like a couple minutes.
I think he will.
But then to add insult to injury, the referee says don't flop. Well, when he has a moment. Look at this.
Well, no doubt there was a mismatch there, but they're not rotating their players near as effectively as they were in the first half. Unicaja has gotten wise to their offensive scheme, and they're shutting it down.
Biggest lead of the game now for Unicaja, 13 points as they try to get a second consecutive FIBA Intercontinental Cup trophy. Here is Baku! And suddenly this is his world.
Ball watching.
The lead is 15. Chasen Randall misses. And just like that, this game begins to get away from G-League United. Unicaja Malaga up 56-41 at the end of 3.
You know, you take that 11-0 run away from NBA G League, and they've been held to 31 points since about the 3rd minute.
Well, that's right. 23-5, they've been outscored in that quarter.
Some stats on the free throws right there, what we were talking about, that's glaring.
Good to see Sergio Hernandez. I think he might be checking out now. But I think this is the kind of performance that we expected to see from Unicaja.
Yeah.
But, you know, to credit to G League United, you know, they came out, they played well. I think there's a little bit of the advantage that Unicaja has. They've been together for a long time. Okay, they brought in some new players, but still, like Coach Navarro said, they have enough players to where they should be fine.
Yeah.
And I actually thought it would be in the 3rd quarter where you would see this team start to really get on top, and that's what we saw last year as well against G League United.
Yeah.
So they have an inherent disadvantage. G League United, you know, they haven't been together that long. So to be able to last as long as they have is great, and they might come back and win. Who knows? They've still got the same players, great talents. They got to figure some things out, though.
Yeah.
And I think this is where the pressure really kind of now also revolves around Coach Blair and his coaching staff. They got to figure out a way to turn this game.
Well, they're going to have more options off their offense. You know, what worked for them a lot in the first quarter and a half, almost 2 quarters, was spreading it out, taking advantage of your speed, and then, you know, Unicaja not shooting well. But now that page has been turned, and they're shooting the ball well. And guess what? You haven't changed your offensive scheme. So, and as you said, they've only been together a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks. It's not enough time really to set up a whole season's worth of you know, offensive schemes and options, and you know, who to get the ball to, when, and in what situations. You don't know. You don't know the players. You don't know what you don't know, and that's exactly what's happened.
I didn't know that. Gilliard.
I could tell that was clear as mud to you. We're going back to a man-to-man. Unicaja.
Oh, that's big for Taylor Funk. And a foul as well off the ball. This could be a huge trip down the floor for G League United. So the 3-pointer counts, and they're going to maintain possession. Watch this. See if you see as the foul's called on Balcherovsky battling away in there with Williams. So yeah, so they get the 3 and they keep possession. And now Kinsey has it. Couldn't ask for a better start to the quarter.
Psychologically, you want to get it
good pass
down.
to get it over to Shackelford.
Yes.
6 points on that trip down the floor. They cut it back to a 9-point deficit.
That's psychologically significant. You're getting it down to single digits. Now a little bit more prance in their step. Good switch there.
We know that Shackelford, if he can get some space, and now the foul
Somebody's on the floor.
Oh, and it was Gilliard that was pushed down, so foul called. Look at this. I'll tell you what, Funk was absolutely sensational that trip down the floor. He hits the three, and then he makes the pass out to Shackelford.
Spots the open man.
Oh, good play, though. Balcerowski knocking it away. That was a big possession.
Yeah, that's a good foul there for Gilliard because they were off to the races there. They had 4 on 3. So Webb going to check back into the game. Fans appreciative of that man's contributions the last quarter, both offensively and defensively.
Diaz gets it to Sulemanovic, back outside to Barreto. They're looking for the open spot. Diaz now to Webb in the corner. Williams boxing out. Now, what have they called here?
Foul. I think it's
Oh, they did not reset the shot clock. So they're going to put 14 on the shot clock.
Unicaja, what they got to do right now is just stick to the things that made it successful in the third quarter. I'm not so sure about going to the man-to-man scheme. What was working was jamming up the middle off of their spread offense. Don't turn the ball over, take care of the ball. We're still waiting for clarification here with the referees. Blair is getting in on the conversation now as well. Williams has got the bulk of the minutes the last couple quarters over Sharp.
What is this?
He's directing traffic out there now too.
What is this delay for?
I don't know. It's going to be Unicaja ball.
Kozlovska's talking to the table. So here we go. We resume after a little bit of a break. Minute and a half into the fourth quarter. A 9-point lead for Unicaja. And look at the pressure. Yeah, good pressure D. Barreto gets it up. And good stand that time by G League United. Shackelford comes up on the break. Yeah. And I believe
he stepped on the line, I think.
Are they going to? Oh! They've called a technical foul.
Who's this going to go on?
If this is on Funk, this is the second technical foul on him in 2 days.
Coach Blair not pleased with that. That's exactly who they're talking to.
It's about the reaction, and also if you've been warned before, but you can have the reaction, but then if it's a persistent reaction, unfortunately, that's a tough lesson to learn at a bad time of the game for Funk.
Well, he's really created he's been a spark plug since he's come into game. He's temporarily turned the tide around a little bit, got G League under single digits or double digits.
Well, emotional discipline, a big part of the game.
You know, this is something that a lot of the American players might not be aware of when they come
the foul
overseas.
was not on him. I think it was on Kinsey, Tavion Kinsey.
He wasn't even in the picture. Right?
Okay, so that's different. So it's good. It's good that it wasn't Funk in 2 straight days.
Yeah. I guess Funk was just wanting clarification. There's Kinsey right there. So more delay.
God, we're starting to get a few delays here.
Yeah.
Okay. They inbound it to Funk for 3. And the rebound for Perry. 2 minutes into the 4th quarter.
Again, going back to a man-to-man.
G-League United need a stop. Webb to the corner. Kalinowski for 3. Oh, got it!
That's great vision. That's great vision.
Williams,
he
can shoot it, but it's
not his forte, is it?
Well, he has been able to hit the jumper in this tournament. Not many. You're usually looking to this guy, Shackelford. And Webb with the rebound. So Barry gets it up. Oh!
Back in Unicaja's comfort zone again. They lead by 13. Momentarily blip on the radar screen. Lead was whittled down to 9. Well, it just seems to be games disjointed a bit. Everything's taking so long.
We've had a couple of stoppages, and that's kind of made kind of it's kind of interrupted the rhythm of the game. Kendrick Perry goes to the line. So this is now the biggest lead of the game for Unicaja Malaga. 15 points. Oh no, sorry, their biggest lead has been 15.
He makes this, it'll tie the biggest lead.
Oh, yeah, so 14, now it was 15. Forte coming back into the game. Next dead ball.
Good to see him get another shake at it. Had a bad 2 or 3 minutes, but
here goes Ferran Hunt.
Good defense.
Kinsey, tough shot on the baseline and makes it. Kalinowski misses everything. Kinsey dribbles with his head up.
There he
goes.
There's
Randall!
That acceleration we talked about earlier.
And Unicaja Malaga called timeout.
Gets a good timeout.
Good effort by G-League United, striking quickly.
Little mini 4-0 run in the space of about 30 seconds. Randall, you can see the lightning speed he's got on that first step, leaving everybody behind.
So we don't mic them up in the 4th quarter, hence you're not going to hear that. You look at the free throw shooting, it's, that's a tough number to look at if you're a fan of G-League United, if you want them to win this game. 53%.
Even a tough number to look at is look at the three-point shooting, almost identical, 21% for both these teams. Unicaja known as a very good three-point shooting team, but not today. But they haven't needed it, so to speak. They're getting it done. A lot of turnovers. Look at the turnovers, 14-8. That's +6 for Unicaja. The rebounds have slanted the way of Unicaja as well this quarter. So, yeah, I mean, you're up by 10 with 6 and change to play. Not a bad place to be.
Well, it's probably maybe too early to talk about this for Unicaja, but if they do manage to win this, the last team to win it consecutive Intercontinental Cups, Real Madrid, 76, 77, 78.
Wow. That's going back.
Here is Kendrick Perry. Of course, Akron, Goodyear Wingfoots did it in 67, 68, and 69.
Oh.
Here's Kravish missing. Webb with the rebound. Duarte, that looks good. It is good.
I'm going to say the game needs a spark. Duarte coming right in and contributing. That's great. That's great coaching by Navarro. You have, your player makes some mistakes, you put him right back in, plug him in, and then he rewards you. Sharp back in the game too, rolling off the screen.
Ball deflected away, and here's Perry. Well, that is not a good development for G League United as the lead balloons back to 15 points.
They've got to score here.
Ferran trying to get his way in. Ferran Hunt, and the foul before the shot. That's the third team foul on Unicaja Malaga. But, you know, if you're just joining us, so this competition officially, first official version in 1966, won by Ignace Barese over Corinthians. And he had Real Madrid third, and the Chicago Jamaco, the Jamaica Saints, fourth. Here's traveling. And then you had the 3-year run of Akron Goodyear Wingfoots. And
he's going to get teed up, huh?
Another tee, and it's emotional discipline.
That's something that takes some getting used to in the international game. He's going to go back and talk to him again. He doesn't want to get hit with another one or get ejected from the game. But the American referees a lot of times will give you a little bit more leeway, but internationally, it's purely up to the referees' discretion.
Well, no, I mean, I think the way you look at it, I mean, just FIBA referees or referees, is you got to understand there's a way to address an issue, and it's unfortunate, but you got to, as long as you speak to them in the right way, and you don't demonstrate too much.
But I think you're given a lot more leeway in the States, let's put it that way, from what I've seen. And that's probably something that's lost on some of these players that haven't traveled internationally as much as some of the other ones know. They know that, and especially in a competition like this.
And Ferran Hunt, I think, very fortunate they haven't called an unsportsmanlike there. Because certainly Ivan Navarro thought it was.
Well, frustration.
They're going to go look at this. I think he might be in trouble. Yeah, they're going to look at this, and I think that we might have an unsportsmanlike on Ferran, so it's just kind of adding insult to injury because he wasn't really playing the ball. Let's listen.
Potentially for unsportsmanlike foul.
Initial decision's a personal foul on white 44.
Okay. Do we have another angle like here? Okay, this is. Let's leave the same angle and can we go back and we will describe the play. Okay, let's go. So, stop, slowly. Okay. Let's go. So the first contact is...
He's very close to the ball. He makes a swipe towards the ball for me.
He's trying to play the ball. So far I can see personal foul.
And then he releases.
Yeah. So maybe the left hand. So the left hand. So you call the foul on with the right arm,
I have the
right?
foul on the right arm, yes.
Okay, let's do this angle, yes.
We have that one only?
That one. No. This angle, right. Okay, let's go. And can we go back? Okay, and now slowly. The last moment, the last part is slowly. So right arm, everything is fine, playing on the ball. And with the left, he's not, for me, he is not, pulling down. For me, still, this is a personal foul.
Yeah,
what do you think, James?
I confirm. Yeah. I see the same thing.
So after review, initial decision stays. Personal foul. Thank you.
Go.
Okay, you heard it. They explained it, so that was good. He was definitely close when you put that other hand on there. I thought that was maybe going to get him in a little bit of additional trouble, but That's why they have the reviews and they look at it, and it's why I'm so glad that we can actually listen to them. Webb is going to the line nevertheless, with Unicaja leading by 16 points.
That's fascinating that the fans at home get to see that, how these decisions are made, the professionalism of these referees.
Yeah, they're very, they work hard at their craft. They are judged after their performances and told where they go right and where they go wrong.
Yeah.
So Von Navarro, you can see trying to get on the same page with Chris Duarte. And now a technical foul called on Duarte. I didn't even see that one called.
Maybe protesting on the play before that on the.
It was indeed.
Whether it was a personal foul or a flagrant or an unsportsmanlike foul.
So Von Navarro went from thinking that he had an unsportsmanlike foul to not getting the unsportsmanlike foul and having a technical called on his player. So G League United came out of that one pretty good, but still Webb is at the line making the first and not the second.
It didn't cost them anything because they made their technical at the other end.
Oh, Webb called up there. Here's Chasson Randall. No look pass, gets it to the corner. Kinsey, nice handoff to Sharp, but then it's knocked out of his. Either he lost it or it's knocked out of his hands.
Well, he's showing the ball too much. He's not protecting the ball. He's got those long arms and he extends them, and then it's easy for the
Kravis
to pick it off.
They got to go quickly here. 4.5 minutes. It's a 16-point deficit. Oh, Ron Hunt defended closer there. G League United holding on to it. Here's Shackelford. Gets it up and makes the shot. Well, I don't think we have an all-star 5 for this tournament, but if we did, he would be on there for me.
I think so, yeah. I think he's been consistently the best player on the G League team, that's for sure.
He's got 17 points tonight.
And he had the game winner in that first game.
He did. Well, that shot there.
28 points.
If they can knock down a 3 here, it's a 10-point game again. G League United. Ooh, Ferran Hunt gets in. What a tough take. Great drive. Now they need to lock down on defense again. Kendrick Perry. Webb puts it up and makes the 3 from the wing.
It just looks like G League right now is, I don't want to say freelancing, that's a little bit harsh, but a lot of individual stuff is going on right now, not necessarily predicated by a game plan.
Oh, and the block leads to the travel from Ferran Hunt. I think Ferran Hunt is saying he blocked it, but it left my hands, therefore I should be able to catch it. Watch this. See if it goes out of his hands. Well, I don't. He might have lost a little bit of control, but he still had it.
Yeah, he still had possession of the ball. That's the point.
Duarte from the corner.
So if they're going to get going, they need to do it now. It's 14 points with under 3 to go.
Chasson Randall missing. The box out. Balcherovsky 240 and change. Yeah. And again, Unicaja now not in any rush. They'll take some time off the clock.
Yeah, they played a very steady second half.
Well, they came out strong in that third quarter. That was the difference. Here's Kendrick Perry. Webb able to get it back outside for a new 14 to Duarte. Very athletic play.
17 turnovers to 9.
Tilly from downtown. Oh, Kinsey. Got to go quick, G League United. And again, they're trying to feed it into that low post. And I just don't believe that's their best option at this stage.
They haven't changed their offense at all. You know, to your point, they've only been together for 2 or 3 weeks. It's kind of hard to,
Well, Unicaja Malaga appear to be closing in on a second consecutive FIBA Intercontinental Cup triumph. And Unicaja Malaga becoming, only solidifying their status as a city of champions, because that's what they do, it seems like now, every single season. And of course, you got to really tip your hat to those Unicaja Malaga players that helped them get this far. Osakowski, Cam Taylor, Tyson Carter, Yankuba Sima, Melvin Edgem. They all played in that Unicaja Malaga team that made it and won the Basketball Champions League that qualified them for this. And now the newcomers have helped. And they have seen off, they're seeing off the challenge of G League United.
Well, remember we talked about points in the paint the first half and how it was so slanted towards NBA. Now the total turnaround, 28 to 26 points in the paint in favor of Unicaja. So that shows you just how drastically this game has changed in the second half. And remember, G League ran off to that 11-0 lead.
So the game is kind of petering out. Maybe it was definitely a hotly contested duel up to halftime and early in that third quarter and through the third quarter, but you just felt like, again, that continuity, experience together, championship experience has really kind of made the difference for Unicaja Malaga in this game. And again, it's going to be another trophy for the city of Malaga, the basketball club, and they are going to celebrate this in a big way when they get back home. They're going to celebrate it here tonight as well. There's nothing like starting off the season with the big championship, and I think this one, you could even argue, has a little bit more value to it, considering how competitive this particular tournament was. Although Unicaja, I think, were probably in the better group in the early stages. But it's been a great FIBA Intercontinental Cup, and Unicaja Malaga win this. Take nothing away from G League United, because I think they really had an excellent competition, particularly with Chasen Randall, Jaden Shackelford, Tavion Kinsey, Jermaine Sharp played well, Ferran Hunt, Evan Gilliard.
So, you know, turnaround.
Buddy Boeheim, Taylor Funk, but anyway, it's Unicaja winning it 71-61. They win the FIBA Intercontinental Cup for the second year in a row.
Turnaround, fair play. Unicaja started the second half with a 9-0 run of their own. So, a couple of big runs, first by NBA G League in the first half, 11-0. And then in the second half, 9-0 run by Unicaja, and they didn't look back after that. Played steady defense. They shut down the offense of NBA G League and hit some of their outside shots. Played lockdown defense, shared the ball.
The intensity went up, and I think Iban Navarro also revealed himself or reconfirmed he knows what to say at halftime.
He does.
You know, they came out a different team. And it's one thing to prepare a team and to go through that first half, but to be able to turn things around, Ronnie Turiaf knows, you know, you got to be able to go in and make changes when needed, and really they weren't comfortable in the end. Their defense was stifling.
Exactly.
And G League just weren't able to really do anything different, or didn't do anything differently.
Yeah, they turned the ball over 20 times, or 18 times, excuse me, to 9. And a lot of those turnovers ended up in points going the other directions. So they never looked like they were out even at the beginning of the game when everybody was going, uh-oh, we haven't seen this before. Well, you have to be patient. Basketball is a game of 40 minutes, and 10 minutes is a game made.
Okay, we're going to go down to the court to hear from Kendrick Perry, the heart and soul of this Unicaja Malaga team. Remember,
well, now with the player of the game, Kendrick Perry. First of all, congratulations. This is becoming a bit of a regularity, winning championships, continental, now international. But what does it mean to you and your team?
I mean, it's a testament to what we've been able to build since our first day here. You know, continuing to believe in each other, continuing to sacrifice a little bit individually for the betterment of the team. And it's a process, you know. Obviously, everybody looks up and they see the banners and the trophies and all that, but it's a lot of hard work to get here. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of downtimes. But, you know, the key thing is we stay together, we believe in each other, and we believe in the system that the coaches and the organization set for us.
You said a very big word there, process. Let's go back to the summer of 2022, right off the back of the Eurobasket when you were playing for Montenegro. Yep. You signed for Unicaja. Heartbreaking that first year in the BCL, losing when you were hosting it that first year. Yep. But then take us through after that. How did that process really come to what we have now?
I mean, you know, it's funny, right? When you look at, you know, everything that we've been through, you know, it's a testament to, I guess, us just staying hungry, you know? I think having that first BCL experience in Malaga and coming up short, it put a different hunger and a different passion in our eyes, you know? We always set goals for ourselves, but we know that nothing is expected. We know that nothing is guaranteed, and we don't take anything for granted. You know, we set goals for ourselves, and we just try to go day in and day out. You know, not try to look too far ahead in the future, and obviously don't dwell on the past successes or failures. So we have a real great group led by, you know, captains like myself, like Alberto, like Nihad, and you know, it's a testament to just everybody buying in and believing in each other.
Of course, Malaga is becoming a home to you now. It's a great fan base, great city. You know, what's it like being in Malaga and playing in there on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, it's everything. You know, I told myself, you know, from my first year playing professionally that I just wanted to find somewhere where I was comfortable, I was stable, and I enjoyed playing basketball. You know, unfortunately, it took me a little while, but that was my journey. So, you know, now that I'm here in Malaga, this is my 4th year. You know, everybody knows how I feel about the city of Malaga, the fans, the organization. Everybody knows there's no secret. So I'm just trying to do my part and trying to raise as many banners as possible.
You know, for aspiring players that are watching you, you know, your career is magnificent. Straight out of Youngstown, you go play in Australia for the Sydney Kings. You bounce around a bit in Hungary, a bit in Montenegro. You know, talk about the adversities in your career to now where you are now with all the success you have.
Yeah, a lot of dark times. You know, a lot of times where I wasn't necessarily sure if I was going to be able to call myself a champion. I don't know if I was able to. It was moments where I wasn't. I couldn't find that love of the game, and you know, whether it was bad situations, whether it was injuries, you know, it's one of those things where I just try to put my head down, try to focus one day at a time, and you know, try to take or make the best out of every opportunity and not take it for granted.
Kendrick Perry, first of all, congratulations. Hopefully more championships will be yet to come. But I'd like you to enjoy this time now with your teammates.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
So Malaga, I mean, you know, it's funny, Kendrick Perry, yeah, I think I found a place where I'm happy and I can play basketball. Yeah, I mean, how many people would like to live in Malaga and play basketball for a living?
Hey,
let's be honest.
My hands
He's
up.
not really struggling there, is he?
My hands up. I'll trade if he wants to, you know. If they need an old guy to play ball, sure, I'm available.
Know, as good as he is, there are a lot of good players, and I think they really kind of work together great as a unit. I don't think they're where they were probably at this time last season. They've got the potential to get a lot better. I think Ivan Navarro would say that. But when you can repeat, you can become the first team to repeat since Real Madrid in 1976, 77, 78. Something that also back in the very early days of this 67, 68, and 69 when Akron Goodyear Wingfoots did it. I think that was before LeBron was born in Akron, in fact. It's quite an accomplishment, and look at that. You've got Castaneda now part of this team. He didn't play today, but he played in earlier games. Balcerovski, I felt like, took a step forward with this team, and they need him to be big. David Kravish is just vital with that experience and playing inside. James Webb obviously is going to have a big role in this team, as we've seen. And Tyson Perez, okay, maybe he had a rough stretch there, but if he was making mistakes, he was making mistakes with effort, and that's why Ivan Navarro wasn't really upset with him at all when he pulled him out of the game. Nihad Jedovic, everybody else is really contributing with this team, and when you can get a trophy at the start of the season, it sets you up nicely. It kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off. It kind of feeds the hunger. It kind of keeps this championship DNA mentality that they've got. Captain Alberto Diaz there, obviously, also, and when you see Diaz as well, you kind of fully understand it's not just one player; it's so many players in Unicaja to make this work.
No, absolutely. Well said, Jeff. And you know, I know you live in that area, so you know better than most people not only the tradition, but what it takes to be a champion. Because you see it on a day-to-day basis. You probably are no stranger to their training camps. You know that Navarro, the paces he puts the boys through on a day-to-day basis. You see players revolve in and out of that system, but it's still that system. It's still Unicaja's system, and you know, you can plug them in, you can plug them out, but it is still there. It's a living, breathing organism. And we can see even in this tournament, only 2 or 3 days, 4 days long, only 3 or 4 games, but we can see this team progressively getting better as the tournament went on.
Well, you look at the two most iconic clubs in the Basketball Champions League, for example. You would say Tenerife, and you would say Unicaja Malaga now, because both have now have gone back to back. They've both got FIBA Intercontinental Cup titles, and the one thing that's consistent, well, the two things, first of all, they're in Spain. They're playing a very competitive league, so they stay sharp that way. But the other thing is they keep a core group of players together. They keep the coach together, and ultimately that leads to success. And you know, and these guys are not celebrating as much as Ali did when they finished third, and the reason is because these guys are used to winning.
Right.
So
I think the word is continuity, and they have that in spades. It's just so tremendous to see this happen as we get ready to roll into the awards ceremony.
Okay, well, Sharif Abdur-Rahim, you could see coming out. He is the president of the NBA G League. He's going to be involved here, I think, with this ceremony. We're going to look at the trophy being presented, but also the silver medals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the closing ceremony of the FIBA Intercontinental Cup Singapore 2025 is about to begin. Now to present the awards to the referees of the final game.
Well, first we're going to get the referees.
What a great job they did throughout this tournament. See, when they go to that video, how exacting they are. They want to make sure they get everything perfect.
So Kamil Novak from FIBA Europe, regional director. So Martin Kozlowskis comes out to get his commemorative, as does his commemoration, rather, Jan Vezer-Davison there from Madagascar, as well as James Grigol from Australia.
Saw some of these referees in the NBA Rising Stars tournament that they had here in Singapore about 3 months ago, and they did an equally impressive job, but this is over the top. I mean, what they have to do to satisfy everybody.
Mark Tatum, the NBA Deputy Commissioner, also the FIBA Central Board member. And Sharif Abdur-Rahim, again, the NBA G League President, coming out. And Ingo Weiss, the FIBA Treasurer. They will, and also I might say Ingo Weiss still smiling from ear to ear following Germany's FIBA Eurobasket triumph, which followed their 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup triumph. So here comes G League United, NBA G League United. Their players are going to get some recognition here from the crowd that really enjoyed what they put on the floor this year.
Well, you know, a team that's just been cobbled together really in the last few weeks. They've done really, really well for themselves. Anytime you make the finals of any competition, I guess you can say that, but every year they have a different sort of cast. And they're always competitive. They're always right in the middle of it.
So again, it's Chasen Randall, Jaden Shackelford, Tavion Kinsey, Jamarian Sharp, Ferron Hunt, Evan Gilliard, Dexter Dennis, Robert Woodard II, Taylor Funk, Buddy Boeheim, Devin Williams, and Sterling Manley, and Coach Joseph Blair, and really happy that he was able to coach this team and to come here and to be a really positive example for the NBA G League, because I thought really this was the best so far NBA G League team that we've seen, and I like the way they handled themselves. Forget about the technical fouls, a couple, that's always going to happen in the heat of competition. So congratulations to them. They came one step short of what they wanted, but to get this far still is an achievement. Who knows if they come back next year, which I assume they will, they might just win it all.
No telling. You know, the thing that they face every year, of course, is they are a team that's just put together on the spot. So it's very, very difficult to build the chemistry. The things that we were talking about that, you know, Unicaja has in spades. But, yeah, I mean, they obviously have a lot of talent, a lot of raw talent that we see. Athleticism, we always see these NBA G League teams with athleticism. That's a given.
Ladies and gentlemen, the MVP, most valuable player of FIBA.
So Peter Antich, the FIBA Intercontinental Cup 2025 ambassador of the North Macedonia legend, former NBA star with Atlanta, played in Europe for a long time. And the MVP, Tyler Kalinowski. What a great night for him, and happy to see the former Davidson Wildcat get some recognition. Played for the legend Bob McKillop. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and very popular, great teammate. And he was obviously, when they kind of really turned this game around, he was right there involved in all of that.
Well, he was the presence downstairs on defense that made it happen for him. Ejected a couple balls and matched up real well with the dribble penetration that it worked so well for the first half for G League. He was able to help stymie that. We use that word again. Well deserved.
So Andreas Ackles coming out. Secretary General Jorge Garbajosa as well, and also the Minister of Sport from Singapore, and Marcus as well from FIBA, comes out to present the awards.
Well, I don't know if we have any superlatives left for this team.
What are you telling me? You going to get out of here?
No, I'm just saying I'm not double parked or anything.
Okay.
But we pretty much exhausted everything we can say about them, and I don't want to repeat myself too much. Just say it's just been a pleasure to watch these guys as they progress through this tournament.
Well, just as a reminder, I'll just go ahead and say again who it is: Tyson Perez, Alexander Balcharovsky, Jonathan Barreto, Alberto Diaz, the captain, Chris Duarte, a newcomer, James Webb, the third, a newcomer. There's Balcharovsky. Tyler Kalinowski just got the MVP. Nihad Jedovic, Amir Sulemanovic, a newcomer, Killian Tilley, David Kravish, and Kendrick Perry, who we heard from after the game, and of course Iban Navarro, who is already at this point in his career collected more trophies than a lot would dream of getting as a coach. And obviously he can't do it all on his own. He has a lot of great help. His assistant coaches like Alberto Miranda, who is actually an assistant coach with Germany's national team.
Well, the unsung job that these assistant coaches do, setting up and directing the practices and taking players one by one or even in groups to work on the things that they need to make them successful, to make them winners, to make them, in this case, champions. You know, the program is only as good as its assistant coaches. I really believe that. And a successful head coach will always check his ego at the door and hire the best people that he thinks or she thinks that will turn them into champions just for moments like this. We're seeing right now in Singapore at the Intercontinental Cup in FIBA.
So the FIBA president, Sheikh Saud Ali Al Thani, comes out to present the trophy to Alberto Diaz. And again, the winners. Unicaja Malaga. Well, we've seen this before.
They lift the trophy. And celebration underway. Well, the long flight home, and now that long flight home is going to be a lot happier for them.
Well, I'm sure they'll have a great dinner tonight together and
A little bit of Spanish tapas.
Yeah.
Tapas,
yeah,
maybe.
or maybe some Singapore chili crab.
You know better than me. That's a little spicy.
Yeah, it's Singapore's a great city for food. Everybody will tell you that. Now a little posing action. This is their moment. I suppose that it's the hardest thing when you come into a tournament or any competition, Intercontinental Cup, in this case, and everybody's looking at you, well, you're the favorites, you're expected to win. I mean, it's harder to do when you have that sort of pressure on you, and they succeeded magnificently.
South Temporero getting his hands on the trophy.
You bet, everybody
He'll
gets
be taking that home. He won't want to carry that on the plane, though, if he can't put it up in the hold.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want it out of my sight if I was. Well, they've got a challenging season coming up, and this is a great way to tip it off. You look at some of the highlights.
Well, yeah, Shackelford came out and certainly did what he could do.
Taven Kinsey as well, making a tough shot on the baseline.
Yeah, one-way traffic at the beginning of the game. Who would have thought? But it didn't take long for the cream to rise to the top.
Yeah, Kalinowski, the MVP. Jason Randall made some plays late. Chris Duarte.
And by this time, they were firing on all cylinders. And then the turnover started occurring downhill. Rush to the hoop there.
I guess as they celebrate, just as a reminder, they will be playing in the Basketball Champions League again this season, and they will be starting things off at home against Mersin Sports Club from Turkey, and that'll be on October 9th. So that'll be a big moment for them, maybe to get some recognition for that title.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
So,
thank you.
Celebrations and all happiness for Unicaja Malaga. And now the hard work begins as they take their trophy back to Spain and start to play once again in the Basketball Champions League to try to make it back, as well as the Spanish League Endesa. And you look at this, today's action, Illawarra winning over Autonomia Brex, Al-Ali finishing third with that victory over Flamengo, and Unicaja Malaga winning at 71-61 over NBA G League United to win the FIBA Intercontinental Cup.
Well, what a great experience for everybody here. And my dad, Jeff, thank you so much for your guidance during this. It's been a pleasure working with both you and Josh, and I hope we get to meet up again real soon. It's been an honor.
Well, same right back at you, Chuck. For Josh Bett, I'm Jeff Taylor. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been our pleasure to bring you all the action. And once again, congratulations to all the teams, and especially to now the two-time defending champions, the two-time winners, FIBA Intercontinental Cup, Unicaja Malaga.